Compare the pure athletic wages of the world's top football icons to their total net worth. One specific data point towers above the rest. David Beckham is rarely cited as the greatest football genius of his era, yet his net worth reached an estimated £1.185 billion, eclipsing nearly all of his peers. Most elite athletes treat their careers as high-paying jobs, trading their physical prime for fixed income. But when the physical prime ends, the income stops. Beckham avoided that cycle. Instead of relying on a weekly paycheck, he built an institutional empire that continued to appreciate in value long after he retired. He constructed this wealth by stacking three compounding assets: sweat equity, brand equity, and hard financial equity. While the public saw a pampered celebrity, the market mispriced a brilliant business strategist. He viewed every contract and every media appearance as a piece of long-term capital. The foundation was a technical product proven at Manchester United. Earning a spot at Old Trafford required more than just talent. It required a repeatable, elite-level skill. This top-down vector schematic breaks down the mechanics of his signature free kick. It begins with a precise 90-degree approach angle to the goal, followed by an S-shaped run-up that generates energy through side momentum. As he strikes the ball, his left arm windmills to provide balance, while his right foot wraps at an aggressive angle to generate heavy, unnatural spin. The defining moment is the follow-through. He drags his right foot across the turf, creating a steep dip and arc that forces the ball over the wall and back down into the net. That technical investment lasted. Over 20 years after leaving the Premier League, he still holds the record for the most free kicks scored in the history of the competition. This engineered physical technique was his sweat equity, the undeniable asset that created his baseline market value. In the late 90s, his profile expanded into global pop culture. Marrying Victoria Adams linked his athletic career to the peak of the decade's music industry influence. Their union triggered an era of unprecedented tabloid obsession. Paparazzi documented their every move, creating a constant, often suffocating media environment. He used that attention to drive trends, from buzz cuts to frosted tips, keeping his image perpetually on the front pages and in the global zeitgeist. This level of scrutiny carried a heavy price. He has since been open about the mental and emotional toll of living under the dark side of that spotlight. But the business reality was clear. He was operating as a walking billboard. He systematically captured public attention and converted it into commercial power. This ubiquity translated into massive corporate partnerships, including a lifetime deal with Adidas and campaigns for some of the world's most recognizable luxury brands. By treating his public persona as a high-yield corporate asset, he moved his career beyond the limitations of the pitch. In 2007, he walked away from the prestige of Real Madrid to sign with the LA Galaxy. Most commentators dismissed the move as a lucrative, sun-drenched semi-retirement. They missed the most important line in the contract. Beckham secured an exclusive option to purchase a future Major League Soccer expansion team for just $25 million. At the time, American soccer was an unproven market. He was betting his remaining prime years on the long-term demographic tailwind of a league that many thought would fail. This chart shows the scale of that gamble. He exercised the option to co-found Inter Miami, which is now valued at a staggering $1.45 billion. That equity gave him the power to recruit generational talent like Lionel Messi to play for his own franchise, rather than playing alongside him as a peer. He then institutionalized his brand by selling a 55% stake in his management firm, DB Ventures, for $269 million. He traded short-term athletic prestige for permanent, compounding financial equity. He was no longer just a player. He was the owner of the asset. Today, in his 50s, the evolution is complete. He operates as a polished corporate mogul, overseeing a multi-billion-dollar portfolio from a glass boardroom. This institutional power scales his influence globally, leveraging the Seven Fund with UNICEF to advocate for gender equality and children's health. His upcoming induction into the Hollywood Walk of Fame serves as a final seal on a level of cultural relevance that most athletes lose within years of retirement. He navigated a transition from collecting wages for his labor to collecting fees for his image to holding the equity in the game itself. Lasting power and generational wealth aren't found on the pitch. They belong to those who realize the true profit comes from owning the structure the game is played on.